Mike Zano.
Scott Bossman.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
How is it going this Friday evening? This is the second nightcap in a row on a Friday.
Look at
And the,
wiki.
the second nightcap in a row with our new tracksuits.
Yeah, yeah. It's sorry, pretty awesome. So today we had day one of spring boot camp.
Yes. It was a great day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really is a great time when people come together too. That we were talking in the Q&A. Not a lot of people you can share these experiences with that'll understand and be supportive, right? So coming together like this is huge. Can't wait till August when we're live in Vegas. That's going to be amazing. Yeah, but today was phenomenal. Really was.
Yeah, it's definitely magical to be in person with Mark Podolsky and Scott Todd. I mean, like, people may make fun of me by saying this, but lives are changed on this weekend.
No, it's true. I mean, your life was changed at a boot camp, right?
Yeah, my life was
My
changed
life
at a
was
boot
changed
camp.
at a boot camp. It starts somewhere, and that's the starting point. The point, you get the toolkit. You somehow you hear about land investing, and maybe you get the toolkit, which gets you. The biggest thing it really does is get you entrance into this boot camp. You start to see the real power of this business, and it becomes real, like really real. If that's even a thing to say, it's like, man, because you feel like you're going at it alone, and you're like, well, is this stuff real? Is this Podolsky guy real? Is he all hype? And then you come to the boot camp and you see other people, and you say, well, these are just regular people. We're not here pumping out like, hey, you're gonna, be a millionaire in year one. Or da da da. We're not full of all that fake hype. We're just real people, and that's sort of what our show attests to here, right? You got to remember to have fun, right? This is a process of growth, but you can have fun too, right? And we definitely, we definitely agree with that. So I got to ask you, what are you going to drink tonight? Because I'm going to bring out Chico's Revenge, the Imperial Stout.
Chico's Revenge. That sounds dangerous. Sounds dangerous.
I'm living on the dangerous side tonight, and I'm drinking it from a
Living on
Guinness
the
cup.
edge. Oh,
And oh wow, it's got my name on it. I think that was at Peddler's Daughter one night, which I know you just recently went there, Boston. But I feel like the food was subpar. I really felt bad. But I'll tell you what. One thing I learned from Boston while I was here in Boston is that Guinness is great for breakfast.
Guinness is great anytime. It's a lot smoother than a lot of people think. They
They
see
call
how
it the Boston breakfast. Guinness.
yeah, yeah. You do a lot of things with Guinness. Guinness is an amazing drink. I'm glad that you're finally on the Guinness train.
So I'm gonna pour myself this little stout.
Uh, Mark, if you want to come on, dial in. Mark is watching. It's the Bootcamp Nightcap. He loves the tracksuits. We got to get Mark a tracksuit.
I know which one we're gonna get them.
So, Mark, the cool thing about the tracksuits is all of the tracksuits have a name. So if you go to sweatcedo.com, let's see, there's the Uncle Tony for Tony
I'm the
Soprano.
Black Widow. I think this is the Black Widow.
You're the Black Widow. I'm the Uncle Larry. I think that's Larry from Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry.
Is it?
I
could
think
be.
it is. I think it's the Uncle Larry. And then there's some other ones. Forbes got the what's the movie?
Iconic USA one.
He got the Beer Fest one, Mark, and then there's an iconic one with dollar signs on it. There are all sorts of options. But anyway, I'm amazed actually at how comfy they are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Would he be sweating down there in Arizona? He'll have to wait on a cool
Yeah.
night to wear it.
yeah,
Or you can wear it in the AC.
yeah. Pretty sure velour tracksuits. I mean, you're going to start seeing them now just as a result of this show because
Well, look at on the round table. We started talking about people not reclining in plane seats, and that became a huge topic across the country. Things start like this. So the below a tracksuit. The whole idea, folks, is that I forget actual conversation, but the reality is that you can sit around in your velour tracksuit and sell lots of land, and it's comfortable, it's stylish, makes you feel good. So we
Well,
call it the tracksuit posse, right? You can
I
sell
mean,
land.
if you want to talk about the origin of the whole tracksuit thing,
Because I'm not 100% sure of it.
I seem to remember I showed up on Nite Cap with a tracksuit on,
Oh,
and
yes.
I was made fun of by you and Matt Forbes.
Because we didn't have enough knowledge on the topic. That's what it
Look
was.
what
Lack
happened.
of knowledge.
Look what happened. That's what I'm saying.
Look what happened. Lack of knowledge. And when you put one of these things on, it's like when I zipped it up,
I
it
mean,
was like, whoa.
It's a moneymaker, man. It is a moneymaker.
It's a moneymaker. How can you wear this and not be productive? Seriously. And
Uh,
you know what the neighbors, when you push the garage cans out on trash night, they're looking
Yeah.
at you in the below trash. What's up? They're like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like neighbors do this
yeah,
as
exactly.
they drive by.
And for me, the fact I get to walk around my house during the day in my sweatsuit, tracksuit, sweatpants,
Sweatcedo.
whatever you want to call it, I don't have to bring out the khakis anymore and the long sleeve button down shirts because I'm not in the clinic. It's a good feeling. John Sinkovich says Bootcamp Day 1 was great. John Sinkovich, throw in the chat your biggest takeaway from today, if you would. You know what my biggest takeaway is, Mike, from Bootcamp?
What's that?
You say this all the time, but the power is in the story, right?
Yeah.
And today we heard Eric Peterson's story. And he does a phenomenal job for not being a fan of public speaking. He did a phenomenal job today telling his story, where he came from, how he got into land. The guy made $100,000 profit in his first year, and then he made $100,000 profit in his first quarter of coaching. So he bootstrapped it on his own for the first year, and then he went into coaching. He made $100,000 in the first quarter during of his coaching year. And to hear that story is absolutely phenomenal. Then we heard Scott Todd's story. 2 hours with Scott Todd telling his story and giving us his perspective.
I love that. His story, he brings more details every time. I love it.
He does.
There's lots of little details that he keeps bringing more to each time. So I always love watching it. It's different.
He's becoming a little bit more of a softie over time, I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm more emotionally mean. Because, a lot of times you think of him as sort of just like this real analytical guy, right? Devoid of emotion. Just, this is how you do it. Bang, bang, bang. But you're right. I have seen a different side of him. Maybe it's the donuts.
It could be the donuts. I don't know.
But yeah, those who don't know, Scott Todd subscribes to the Donut a Day diet. So it's working for him. I know he's lost a lot of weight. Looks great. So Laura and I were thinking about adjusting it, having a piece of beach pizza a day diet. Scott, you tried the beach pizza, one slice a day. It's probably like eating a donut, right?
I mean, it's all about counting. Like Scott Todd says, it's all about counting the calories. So, I mean, you can have a Guinness in the morning. Just count your calories. You'll be fine.
We should come up with a land diet so we can describe the business in terms of like the land diet. How you gonna do that? Like, I used to joke around. We talk about all these books we're gonna write, right? But it's like the people diet, I called it, right? Because here's the reality: cut out the carbs in your life. There is literally people that are like carbs, and they don't really add muscle to you. They sort of to your life. They don't add to the flexibility, the pliability. They sort of weigh you down. They want to get together and complain. They want to talk about how life's never going to get better, and this is it. Just woe is me and all this. You have to sort of get rid of that. You have to go on the people diet. And this is a great community to come in and meet people that are also going on the people diet and surrounding themselves by lots of successful people, protein, building muscle. We're like the keto diet, right? For land investing.
I love the idea of the people diet. I really do. Yeah.
That's a book I'm going to write. One of my 10 books.
Whoever's adding back fat to your life, get rid of them.
Yeah.
All right, we got some comments. Bootcamp Day 1 was great. Oh, John is driving, so he can't elaborate on what his best takeaway of the day was. Dan Larson, Daniel, good to have you back, by the way. You and Lauren were there today. It's good to see you. Wealth Without Wall Street guys nailed their presentation. I would agree. Those guys were awesome. They made fun of our tracksuits. They called them jumpsuits. Not appropriate.
Yeah, they said
The
if they wore the
tracksuits-
tracksuit where they lived, they'd get jumped. Hence, it's a
Yeah.
jumpsuit, which actually, that's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny. But yeah, it's just it's part of boot camp. It's a special presentation by the Wealth Without Wall Street guys. Listen to their podcast, Russ and Joey, and they have enabled a lot of people to get into this business with, basically you're your own banker and you're doing land deals. Pretty cool stuff. So check out their platform and their podcast. Matthew Iandoli. Are these comments live? They are live, Matthew Iandoli. So throw your comments up. This is this exciting thing about Nite Cap.
Yeah, we don't even have like a 2-second delay, so consequently things can get a little crazy. But yeah, we're live.
We are live. I mean, a little delay. Mary Graham, who's in flight school currently, says we got our first response today, and it wasn't
Mary.
a rant, just a polite no thanks. So here's the thing, Mary Graham. I'm pretty sure you're in like week 4 of flight school. So if you already got your first response, that's pretty decent. And now is the time for what, Mike Zano?
The time to keep doing it.
Stick-to-itiveness.
I knew you were gonna. You complete me.
You complete me.
There used to be a segment on the show. I use that quite a bit now, Scott. The stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah.
Because it may not be a real word, or maybe it is. It's Scrabble.
A real word.
Scrabble.
Don't insult me.
Scrabble-worthy. By the way, we didn't play Scrabble. What's going on? I figured we at least would have had one game of Scrabble.
I would have killed you.
All these regrets.
Killed you. I know a lot of regrets when I get home. Mike's like, we should have done this. We should have done this. I know. I agree. We just didn't have enough time together. It was good to see you, though. It was good to see you in person. Been too long.
It was.
But anyway, Mary Graham, that's great news. You got your first response. That should make you feel good. Now it's just a matter of sticking with it. And you know what? We were talking about this today, Mike. Like, we acquire land through direct mailing. How many people do you think hit the nail on the head with their first mailing?
Some. It's tough to say, but I would say not a lot of people, because it's sort of a thing that you adjust with and you grow with it, and that's why you do it 20 a day or 100 a week, right? You can obviously get some great results off your first mailer, but either way, you just have to keep mailing. Scott Todd talks about the magic at about 4 or 5 weeks. I call it the microwave popcorn effect. The microwave, it's for a while. For a couple minutes, that microwave popcorn is doing nothing but sitting there. But all of a sudden, because you left the microwave on at the right temperature and for the right amount of time, it starts popping. That's our mailing. You have to get the mailings to be consistent, and then the deal flow is consistent, and then you have lots of opportunity. You'll have the people that are looking to sell their land. They'll stop popping up like those kernels.
You and your
Too many
analogies.
Too many analogies.
You and your analogies.
Too many, probably. But hey,
Russ and Joey, they played off the M&Ms today, and I never knew until it wasn't too long ago. Mike Zano came up with the M&Ms. Like at boot camp, we actually put M&Ms on your table.
Yeah. That was our first boot camp with Mark. I'm like, this is like M&Ms.
M&Ms, mailing and marketing, and then Russ and Joey today had to be like, no, it's M&Ms, mailing, marketing, and money. Did you hear that?
So they're gonna try to, one up us on the tracksuits too. What's going on?
I don't know. We'll see.
These
I
guys
don't think
are coming
they can.
for us. Got my eye on those two.
I don't think they can. I mean, a couple of years ago when we wore those chintzy robes, you remember that?
We've graduated to the tracksuit. I love it.
Yeah, they could have outdid us then. Let's see here. Morgan Huber says Land Geek Greek diet. I like it. John Sikovich. Okay, so here's his takeaway from the day: the emphasis on due diligence and focusing on one county, making sure you price deals correctly, and keep mailing no matter what.
Yeah, very good.
Those are all amazing takeaways. I think we all have a little bit of a scarcity mindset when it comes to land deals when we're first starting out. And we think, oh, there can't be that many land deals in the county, so I better move to a different county. But really, when you look at the math, when you look at how many thousands and thousands and thousands of vacant land parcels there are in the counties in which we work, just go to a little bit different area. You don't have to go to a different county. Go to a little bit different area. Learn
Pivot.
the county. Become an expert in your county.
Pivot.
Pivot. Pivot.
Pivot's a word that Scott and I have been using. We actually did a video. It's in production right now. It's soon to be released on the pivot. And, we won't give it away, but we'll hint to the fact it's like when you run into a little bit of a rut or you get stuck and you feel like, oh, that's it. This isn't for me. Pivot. So that video is coming soon, folks. It's going to be a good one.
It's coming soon, yes. It will change your life. Just like this show.
Too bad we don't have a trailer for the pivot video. Let's have a trailer for the pivot video.
If
we
Tate
should make
Litchfield,
a trailer. Scott, I've always wanted to be in a movie trailer. Can we make a Land Geek Guys movie trailer?
I mean, we just have to take note from Tate Litchfield. He has a trailer for
it's
his
an
Lot
amazing
series.
trailer. That's probably right about the time I got super jealous of when I saw Tate's trailer. I'm like, man, that is cool.
You guys,
I've always wanted to be in a trailer.
Everybody's watching. You got to go to the landgeek.com/lots and watch the Lots trailer. Lots meaning looking over Tate's shoulder, and he's got like a high quality Netflix movie trailer.
You know, the only thing that would make that better
What's that?
is if he had a tracksuit on.
Yeah, might be a little better.
Tate, let's reshoot that with a tracksuit. I'm thinking you for an Uncle Larry.
You know who else I can see in a tracksuit?
Scott Todd.
Scott Todd. How does he not have a tracksuit yet?
I bet he does.
You think so?
He looks like he would rock the tracksuit.
He would rock
the neighbors
the tracksuit.
Are like, this guy, he hardly ever leaves the house. And then when he does, he goes into a plane. And now he's got a tracksuit. Like, what does this guy do? He'd be super mysterious with a tracksuit.
We know what we're getting everybody for Christmas this year. Themed tracksuits.
That is so true. We're partnering on Christmas presents this year, aren't we?
All right. Sounds good. Dan Larson says, good to be back. Great to have you back. James Mercury says, I had work today, so I was in and out, but I appreciated the comment on the multiple mailings to the same person. Who knows what is going to make someone open the letter or not? Yeah. I mean, Mike Zander, you said today, if two people are mailing, if I'm mailing the same area as you, who cares? The person may or may not even open the letter today. What's that?
It's all time. Like, why do we remail an area 4 months later and still get deals?
Right.
It's timing. You are, like a music major. Timing is big, right? Music.
Not a music major, but I did.
You dabble in the arts. You can sing.
Dabble in the arts.
I know you're being modest here. So tell me, timing is big all over, right?
Timing is very important, yes, and so is just timing. I don't know where else to take that analogy other than timing. Timing is important in music. Yes, it really is. But consistency is important too, because you're not going to get to be a better singer or player or whatever without being consistent, and that's all this business is. You just gotta be consistent. Huh?
Have you done theater?
No.
No, you haven't acted on the stage?
I have not.
Not even one play?
In 5th grade, I was Professor Duchendorf in some weird time traveling play.
Duchendorf.
But Duchendorf. But no, I wasn't. I was a very shy guy in high school, college. I preferred to be behind the scenes.
Do you think a tracksuit might have changed your life back then?
Yeah, I'm sure it would have. Yeah, I'm sure it would have. Tom Conway says, Tom, and by the way, Tom and Arlette, it's good to see you today.
Yeah, they had some good deals they were talking about, right?
He had some amazing deals. He turned like $1,600 into $10,000 or $11,000. He turned $1,500 into $7,000, something like that. So Tom, that's amazing. He says it's surprising how much I forgot, and I mean, that happens, right? And Daniel Larson too. He's kind of back, right? He was here a couple years ago. For whatever reason, there were some life circumstances that got in the way of land. So be it. Here's the thing: you have learned the building blocks in flight school, Daniel Larson and Tom and Arlette, to just go back, listen to your calls. They're there, and just start taking action again. And that's
doesn't matter when you start. Just start. Move from where you're at.
Yeah.
Forget about the regret. Just take action. It all starts here today, no matter who you are. So, yeah,
exactly.
Time to crank it.
Time to crank it. John Sinkovich says you guys look like Sopranos extras. That's
pretty good compliment.
Pretty much what I'm going for. It's pretty much what I'm going for.
That could be like one of our new quotes. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well, exciting thing is that they do have a prequel coming out this fall, I believe. So if you folks haven't, it's probably a good time to catch up on The Sopranos. Watch it all over again and get ready because this fall the prequel comes out. And what's his name's son? Is he the?
Yeah.
Is he the star? What's his name?
Gandolfini's son.
Oh yeah.
Is playing the young Tony Soprano back in like the 60s and 70s. That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be really cool.
There's another show coming out this fall, Dexter, coming back. Anyway.
Same guy? Another
same
season,
guy.
you mean?
Same guy, yeah.
I'll have to watch that.
Demetrius Jones, awesome day one and really was life-changing information. I've really got to strategize how I see this business changing my life with focused direction and automation. Thanks. Thank you guys so much. Demetrius.
What a great way to put that. Focused attention, and is that what he said in automation?
Focused direction.
Direction in automation. Yeah. I like that. That's a great way to put it. Look, if you just, every week just do even a tiny bit of, move towards more automation, sooner than later you're going to have this business all mapped out. And, they like teaching coaching. They have something they teach that's called swim lanes. I think they teach it in flight school as well, actually, but they go into deeper detail. And that's how you, Scott Todd advocates you do that on a monthly basis. You map out your business and build more automation where it's needed, streamline.
It reminds me of one of my favorite books, Procrastinate on Purpose by Rory Vaden.
Yeah.
He talks about automation, delegation, elimination, and it so parallels this business. So if you guys haven't read that, I would recommend it. Eric Peterson says, yep. Remember when he used to do that?
Oh, Eric, how you doing? Eric,
he hasn't been here forever.
Get on your Skype and get in here.
Eric, do you have Skype?
Come on, Eric.
Put your tracksuit on.
Hello.
Come on and say hello.
What size do you take? Because we're looking at some tracksuits for Christmas. So what size?
I think he's a large.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We're gonna think. We'll have to figure. Everybody's gonna get their own theme track. It's gonna be amazing. If they think they're kidding, we're kidding. They're wrong.
Oh yeah, they're wrong. Matthew Iandoli, one of the biggest takeaways was I need to start asking people how much they want to put down on a property. I could get a lot more upfront that way and improve my yield. That's exactly right. I mean, I love those deals, Mike Zano, where you have it advertised for like 99 down, $125 a month for 60 months. And you're like, and you bought the property for $1,000, maybe $1,500, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, how much do you want to put down? Put down $2,000. $2,000! Let's do it! Put down $2,000. I paid $1,000 for the land.
Now your yield's gone through the roof. You can't even calculate it.
Yeah, those are amazing deals. So don't be afraid to ask that question, and don't forget to ask that question because that can really turn your business upside down when you get a couple deals like that.
Right.
Awesome. Morgan Huber, do you foresee snail mailing ever going more toward emailing?
With the offer letters?
Yeah, with the offer letters.
I don't know. I guess it could. we would always pivot if we needed to. If we weren't getting deals, I think that was probably the only time. Um, I guess you could say there might be a savings in cost, but I don't. The mailing to me is an investment, not a cost. So I don't know. I think if we needed to, we'd pivot and we would do it. But right now, I don't think there's a need.
Right. Yeah, right now there's not a need. Now we will communicate with people via email, particularly neighbors. Um, if I'm looking for the owner of a particular land parcel for whatever reason, I'll try to track him down.
Yeah.
So
Land sleuth.
land sleuth, I like it.
.com. Uh-oh. Go get it quick.
It's getting hot in here. Look what I got on.
Aha! That was right after the beach pizza.
Right after the beach pizza, we went to Hampton Beach. Tell you what, it was gorgeous out there. I want to go back. I want to spend a little bit more time.
Did we put any photos out for the community? You know, we had some good photos.
We had some good photos last week from our 3-year anniversary Nite Cap. We were live, for those of you who didn't see, we were live from Boston, which was pretty exciting. And
we got the new filter Aaron pointed out there. Now we got some crazy good photos.
we got some amazing photos, so we'll share those with the community. But Denise Mercury, her takeaway today is the system works, so don't try to change it. And did I miss your question earlier? I must have, Denise. I'll go back. The system works, don't try to change it. What's that say to you,
don't go
Mike?
rogue. Huh?
Don't go rogue, right?
Right. Well, yeah, but replicate what's already working. You know, that's the beauty of flight school. I said it today, and I guess I'll say it again now, is that, you know, you start realizing that this business works, getting deals, but then you're like, all right, I want to get a lot of deals. I want to blow this up. Well, you need to put it into a system. I don't know if this is the right way to say systematize. Is that how you say it,
Yeah.
Scott?
Yeah.
You want to make a workflow. You want to make sure that everything happens the same every time. So why go create your own workflow? Why go create your own process when you can copy one that already exists? You can learn from someone who's crushing the business. We all use this model. It might be a slight variation here or there, but this is what we used and what works. So that's the beauty of flight school. You know, don't reinvent it. Just follow what works.
Awesome. Follow the recipe. Don't make it too difficult. A lot of people make it too difficult.
You can overthink it. I mean, this is something that's new, especially when you're beginning. You can overthink it and make it more complicated. This is really not that difficult. Now, there's a lot of moving parts, so I'm not going to say it's simple, but you know, the overall concept's pretty simple, right? That part of it. You just need to, figure out those moving pieces, and that's the hard part, right? How to get all the little stuff done. But you don't have to do jobs that are like $4, $5, $10, $15 an hour jobs. You outsource those. You're worth more than that. You are worth more than that.
You remember that Nite Cap where we talked about calculating
How much
your hourly
Yeah.
your hourly worth, right?
Yeah, we
got to
heard
do that
that
again.
from someone. We don't remember who said it, so we didn't come up with this. So basically, one way to do it is, if you make $100,000 a year, cut it in half, take off a few zeros, you're worth $50 an hour. So you should not be doing $10, $15, $20 an hour work, $4 work. Are you kidding me?
Right.
You're worth more than that. Value yourself, value your time, and pull yourself out of these mundane tasks. Do it now.
That's why Scott Todd makes fun of me for mowing my lawn. I like mowing my lawn.
Well, I would disagree with Scott Todd there, and not in a bad way. I don't want to be on his radar. But outside, yard work, that makes you feel good.
It does make you feel good. It's important to do that stuff. I'm giving him a hard time. Stirring the pot, right? Because
you stirred the pot a lot
that's
today.
what I do, apparently.
You're on his radar. I'm telling you right now. You're on his radar.
Whatever. I'm going back to
he's not
Denise's
watching right now.
her first question.
Scott Todd, if you're watching, will you make a comment, please?
Here's Denise's first question that I missed. She said, "Great athletic look again, guys. I like it."
Nice. Starts off with a positive. All right.
She has a question. Maybe Mark, if you're on the call, maybe you can chime in. But where is the Bootcamp Hotel in Las Vegas going to be in August? I can't remember. I know where it is, but I can't remember the name of it. So,
It's the same one
but
as last time, you think?
Sim was last time. I think. I think that's where we have the room reserved. But Denise, that'll be coming out soon. That info will be coming out soon, and I hope everybody comes to Vegas. Listen, we did a big
awesome.
boot camp turnout at Vegas. It's been way too long since we were all together, and you know what? There's nothing better than talking to everybody in person.
Yeah.
Not only about this business, but just to get to know them.
Yeah.
I mean,
familiarize yourself with everybody, network. Listen, you're going to meet people. You're going to do deals with them in the future. If you're looking for funding, you'll find funding. If you're looking for wholesale partners, you're going to find that. Whatever, it's there.
Bootcamp will make you money. Come see us, have fun, make friends, have drinks. Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
I can't believe we were traveling all the time, and it's so weird that it seems like a distant memory now, right? Going to these boot camps live. I can't wait.
It does. It's been a long time, and I'm looking forward to getting back together with everybody. Morgan Huber, he enjoyed Scott Todd's session today about his trailer park drug deal style exchange, and I think based on his comment, he imagines Scott Todd in a tracksuit while he was doing that deal. I mean, I can see it.
We're talking. I see the genesis of a Scott Todd TV series. It's like Breaking Bad meets The Sopranos meets like some sort of home renovation show.
Yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of Walter White in him. I can see that.
Yeah.
Totally see it.
All right.
041882 says, that's interesting. So many things today. As a beginner, one of my notes is, don't bother with a county that doesn't use Simplifile. So I love that. I mean, I've worked in... So Simplifile, for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, Simplifile is a tool that we use to electronically record deeds when we're buying or selling a piece of property. So listen, Mike Zano, I can buy and sell a piece of property on my computer without going to the county.
Within the hour.
Within the hour. All with the use of a tool online called Simplifile. And there are some counties that still don't use Simplifile.
Right.
Have you worked those counties, Mike Zano? It's frustrating.
It is, but I don't get overly frustrated because this is how we started. There wasn't really this option years ago, and all that. I was doing tons of wholesale deals to pay off my debt, and it was like this part was frustrating where I'd be all right, tell them the record this one first, record this one second, calculating all the money, sticking them together, double, triple check. Yeah, so that's gone away with Simplifile.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And you can record digital copies of things. So if somebody faxes you a deed or they scan you a deed with a notarization on it, you can record that. If I get online like I did a couple days ago to onlinenotary.net and get a deed notarized, I can get the deed notarized, record the deed in minutes.
Crazy.
It's crazy stuff.
Control the deed, control the deal, right, Scott?
That's right. 041882 says, with that in mind, what kind of account do we select when signing up to use Simplifile? That's a really good question. I don't remember. What is the cost? What is there, like an annual subscription, Zano, for Simplifile? It's not bad.
I know. It's been several years now since I signed up. I don't think I have an annual. They might have changed it. I think I pay per, and there might be a variation where you can get a cheaper recording amount if you pay an annual. I don't do it. I don't remember what business line I put in.
We might be grandfathered in. I'm not sure. But, for the convenience this tool provides, it's well worth it, because I've worked in counties where I have to snail mail in the deed. And if I get one little thing wrong, either on the deed or I'm 20 cents off on my check, they're snail mailing that back to me. And then I got to snail mail it back to them again. It can literally take 4 or 5 weeks to get a deed recorded. Simplifile is worth it just because you can get that thing recorded in no time. And if there is a mistake, they return it to you right away and you can resubmit it.
Right. So back when we were doing a bunch of deals in Arizona when I first started, I wasn't using Simplifile. First time was using the affidavit. Is it the affidavit property value? I think that's what it is. I must have been like 3 or 4 times they sent it back with red ink. I thought I was back in school. Nope. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Mail it out, bring it back. Mail it out, bring it back. Finally figured it out, but man, that can be frustrating. Simplifile solves that.
It solves it for sure. Ken Green is here. Ken, nice to see you. He says, "Where's the third musketeer?" I know we're missing him tonight. The big Matt Forbes.
Ken Green is. Ken, you would look great in a sweatsuit. Come on, you probably have one. Chime in, please. Maybe throw a picture up of you in your sweatsuit. And by the way, in case you didn't know, these are our velour sweatsuits, Ken Green. I know you must have one.
Sweatseedo, sweat like you spell it. Cedo, I think, is Seedo. I got to confirm that. Sweatseedo.com. We're going to bring you some business, folks. Sweatseedo.com.
We should probably get an affiliate link for Sweatseedo.
I think we should. I think we really should. Tom Conway says Dexter was in 6 Feet Under. You know what else he was in, Tom Conway? He played JFK in The Crown, Season 2. Watch that show. I love it. It's a good show. 041882 says, are we considered servicers or settlement agents? I honestly don't remember. I apologize. I'm not sure. Eric Peterson says, no tracksuit here, guys. Well, Eric Peterson, you need a tracksuit.
Not yet,
because,
you mean not yet, Eric.
Yeah, not yet, exactly. I mean, Eric Peterson,
you put it on down there, and you're going to be like, whoa.
Yeah. You run your business from home. I mean, you support your family with your land business.
You're getting a sweatsuit.
That's what we do in the tracksuit. It's just it's a symbol. It's an attire. It's attire that is conducive to the land business. I don't know what it is. It's comfy.
Symbol of success.
I think I make more money in this suit, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. John Olbetter's here. John is in coaching currently. John was at Bootcamp today. He says, I've had a lot of people on Facebook saying after they message me, they can no longer see the ad. Has anyone else experienced this? Well, that's interesting.
I have not had that issue.
I haven't had that issue either, John. I guess, though, if they're still messaging you, that's a plus. Because you can continue the conversation. But no,
it is weird. I'm not sure why that happened.
You know what? Facebook is so wonky right now. There's so many changes going on. I think, even a Land Geek sent me a message the other day saying he was in a focus group and the Facebook Marketplace personnel were asking him all these questions, and his impression coming out of that call was that things are going to be changing coming forward here. Maybe they're going to charge for ads. I don't know. But it's a little bit wonky right now. It's been a little bit tough here the last month on Facebook Marketplace. Not going to lie. So some changes going on there. The Land Geek says mailing, marketing, management, and money. That's 4 M's. Mailing, marketing, management, money.
I guess he won up the Wall Street guys.
He one-upped them.
Well done, Mark.
Mark says, I have an automation course about this, but the response rate is so low.
About what?
Automation. Mark, can you elaborate on that, please? Automation course about this. Tell us what you're referring to, please. Aslan is here. Why did Scott, I don't know if it's Scott Todd or Scott B, I'm the less famous Scott, but why did Scott or anybody would get a bunch of mails returned? Was the property address changed or was it the wrong address? Did the owner never check the mailbox, or who knows? So I think he's asking, why do we get returned?
So I'd say all of the above on that, right?
Mailers, right? I think there's multiple reasons. Either they moved recently, they didn't forward their mail, their records are just out of date with the county. I mean, let's face it. A lot of people, they're still on the county's tax records, and they may have died 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
So it's hard to say why we get those mailers returned. Any number of reasons. Nick Crew is here. How do I get a deed recorded in a county that I'm not in? So, Nick, does that mean that you don't live in that county? Is that what that means?
Yeah, that could be some confusion he's having. Really, if you don't even have Simplifile, you just mail it to the county with the appropriate supporting documents, if any are required, the appropriate amount of money, and they record it and send it back to you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Did we get an answer from Mark what course he was talking about?
We got a lot of comments. I'm trying to sift through the comments. It's good stuff. Lots of comments.
We love comments.
John Olbetter commented about the conversation we were just having with Aslan about the return mailers. Sometimes the county's records aren't up to date, or the person moves and doesn't notify the county, or they passed away, etc. So, exactly right. Eric Peterson says, "This is Scott. I took over Eric's account. Bossman, look out." This must be Scott Todd. Scott Todd, look over Eric's account. Took over, yeah, whatever. Scott Todd.
So do you think that's really? Do you think that's really Scott? Because I don't see Eric making that sort of a joke. That might really be Scott.
It might really be Scott. Might really be Scott Todd. Yeah. We'll see.
Boss, you've been pushing the envelope a little bit lately.
You know what? It's interesting how this has all evolved, because you used to be the pot stirrer. Like, I've never worn a bald cap. I've never worn a bald cap on a Halloween call impersonating Scott Todd. Ever. I mean, that right there is enough to keep you on Scott Todd's bad list forever.
Of me doing it.
So, I mean, who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't take a screenshot of you wearing a bald cap impersonating Scott Todd?
Oh.
Come on.
I got you.
Jeremy Peer. Okay, Jeremy, this is good stuff. He hired his first VA this week. It feels good. He's following the recipe of flight school. Jeremy, throw in the comments, if you don't mind, what you hired that VA for. And that is a great feeling. And you know what? Now you can take that time that you were dedicating to that mundane task, and you can focus on the next thing. And then you outsource that, and you focus on the next thing, and you can literally get to the point where...
That could be another book, too, The Next Thing.
The Next Thing.
That's your book.
All right.
I like it.
Let's do it.
Scott, you never told us what you're drinking tonight.
It's just my trusty Maker's Mock.
Is that from your own reserve?
It's from my own... No. So here's the sad thing.
Don't tell me that. You've been waiting. Don't give me bad news about this.
I can't even go into it. COVID threw a big wrench into the plans of the maturation.
You had yours was secured. What are they telling you?
Yeah, but it threw a big wrench in the plans of the maturation of my Maker's Mark barrel. And there was a very, very small window where I could go tap bourbon from my barrel. It just didn't work out. So it's very frustrating.
I'm sorry to bring that up.
Yeah, it hurts, actually. It's a tough topic right now.
I know. I'm sorry. But, all right, well, I wanted to ask a question to Eric Peterson if he's ever heard of Chico's Revenge Imperial Milk Stout.
Where's it from? Sounds good.
Second Shift Brewing. It is from... Well, this is really challenging to my... Oh, it's from Missouri. St. Louis.
Missouri? That's not far from Tennessee.
I'm not sure if he's into the milk stouts.
James Mercury says, you can count me there. I'm thinking he's talking about Vegas. Juggling a few jobs with flight school and boot camp. Can't wait to deduce an entire weekend to meeting new people and learning. James, we'd love to see you and Denise there. I think, it's a great time. I think one of our only mother-son teams, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Ken Green says, friendships made are the ones that are kept and super networking. He must be talking about boot camp.
But he
I mean,
hasn't responded to the Sweatcito. Ken, come on. I know you must have one. Throw us some Sweatcito
we
love.
got so many comments. I'm trying to go one at a time. I don't want to skip all over the place. But listen,
You need help?
I mean,
Should I get in there? You need help?
listen, Ken Green, you're exactly right. Like, this community, it brings you so many things. It brings you financial security if you follow the recipe. It brings you time freedom if you follow the recipe, but it brings you friends. And it just so happens that the friends that you make, like, you can make money with. I'm not going to lie, Mike Zato, I've made some money with you, right?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, like, I'm not afraid to say that, but that's what happens at Bootcamp. We make money with our friends too. Like, you network, you do deals together, you fund each other's deals, and it's pretty awesome. David LaMattia says, if all the coaches were a softball team, what position would everybody be? Well, that's a really great question. We might need some time to break that down.
I'm not a big sports player, so I don't know. I'd probably be like the bat manager.
You'd be the bat boy?
Yeah.
You're the bat boy. I love it. You're the bat boy. Yeah, that's a really great question, David. I don't know. I mean, you got the pitcher and the catcher. I mean, I think Scott Todd might be the pitcher.
Wow, I'm looking now on YouTube, and now these are all the comments on YouTube, or just some are there and some are in the Facebook group.
No, they all come in on my end. I haven't gotten to them all yet.
All right, wow.
Got some
Pretty
comments,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of watches right now. Mark says we're going to be at the Westin in Las Vegas. So is that considered the W? The Westin in Las Vegas. Kirk Pert says Simplifile is awesome. Used it today. Took 5 minutes. Kirk Pert, did you use it when you bought a property, or did you use it when you sold a property?
Yeah. What are the details?
And if so, we want to know the details on that deal. What'd you buy it for? What are the comps? What'd you sell it for? Let us know. Matthew Iandoli, Simplifile is an annual cost and then a recording fee for each package. That depends on the county. Yeah, we should have elaborated on that a little bit more. When you record a deed, it does depend on the county. It could be $20 in one county. I actually found out it's $85 in another county recently, where I acquired a property and I have to record a deed. So there is an annual fee. I'm not sure what the annual cost is, but then for every deed recorded, there is a fee. Sometimes the fee is quite small, $10. Sometimes the fee is a little bit more. But listen, the returns we make in this business, they well offset any recording fees. So don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just like the mailing cost. I mean, building a list cost. All these little costs, they're all part of the process, and you're going to make a lot of money. So you just can't worry about that.
Right. Eric Peterson, he did chime in. He said $200-ish annually for Simplifile. Well worth it. Very well worth the cost. John Obetter, $195 annual license fee for Simplifile. Let's see. Getting down to the comments here. Keith Forshay's here.
What's up, Keith?
How many per week is too many to mail? I'm sending 400 a week right now. It totally depends on what your bandwidth is for managing.
Now, he's saying he's sending 400, or you said you're sending 400?
No, he's sending 400 a week right now.
Well, this comes down to, do you have a team? Do you have an intake process, right? And just because you have an intake manager, do you also have a quick closing team, right? Is your intake manager trained in that process? So the better your team, the more streamlined your processes are, the more mail that can go out, right? Money loves speed. We talked about that today. You want to be able to get the deal, close the deal, get everything done that needs to get done. Eric's presentation went over all the different things that have to happen prior to buying a property. Well, you're going to have a team that can just, boom, do that, right? So, if you have a team in place and you have the capital to buy a lot of land, then mail away. I'll mail thousands in a month.
Mail away. We do recommend when you're first starting out, I say this all the time, it's like Grandma's Sunday roast.
Oh, yeah.
Low and slow.
Grandma's roast. I thought you were going to make that when you were out here. What happened?
Come on, we ran out of time. Low and slow.
Seriously.
Why is that? Listen, you don't want to... Listen, Mike, I don't know about you, but we talk to a lot of people on the phone. I've talked to people who... They've sent out 10,000 mailers. They didn't get a deal out of that.
Well, yeah, they started right at the beginning. They obviously didn't have the pricing down right yet, and they just figured, boom, I'm going to go for it. You have to season yourself, right? So I'll use the analogy of like, I don't know. I was going to say like a boxer. You're not going to go right for the heavyweight championship. You got to season yourself. You got to get some little amateur fights in there. You got to get some mini mailers out there so you can test your pricing. Now, once you know the pricing in an area and you have these subdivisions where there's a god-awful amount of land, you can mail away, right? And you can get it done. But you got to get to that point. You got to start, like you said, low and slow. Grandma's roast that I didn't have any sample of when you were here.
Oh, man.
Listen, that would have been great, by the way.
It's a great systematic way to get into this business, low and slow. Do 100 a week, test an area, have some grit in a particular area. You will learn the market in that area using that recipe, low and slow. Ken Green says, I actually use them. He must be referring to tracksuits. I actually use them because I swim in cold weather outside. But he doesn't use them just for show. So, I mean, that's the difference between you and me, Ken Green. I'm using my tracksuit for show.
So you're saying if I went out and did some cold water therapy or swimming, I could throw the sweatsuit on afterwards?
I mean,
I like it.
It sounds sound. I like it.
So, Ken, a follow-up question. Are you saying you're into Wim Hof?
Oh, good question. Tom Conway, Simplifile, sent one deed back to me for correction 4 times in 1 hour. Well, but listen, Tom.
Look at the speed of that. Think about the speed of that.
It's better than 4 times in 4 months.
4 months. Yeah,
Which
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I'll drink to it too.
4 times in an hour, right? It would have been 4 times in 4 months if it was a Simplifile. That's totally amazing.
Yeah, and the fact you were able to get that deal done after 4 corrections, that's all good. That's worth the cost right there. Bossman, were you born with that name or did you legally change it? I actually was born with the name. It's a German name. I know a lot of Bossmans in South Dakota where I grew up. I don't know. I think it used to be Bozeman, but they changed it. So
don't bring up the Bozeman.
Bozeman, right? Exactly. Ken Green says go to aviationnation.com for decent sweats. All right.
Whoa. What is that?
aviationnation.com. Ken Green, go to sweatcedo.com. Decent sweats there.
I am at Aviation Nation. Thank you, Ken Green. Wait a minute. I'm sure that's right. Site can't be reached. Aviation Nation. Maybe I had too many N's.
Maybe you should buy that domain.
That sounds like a site that Scott Todd would go to. Aviation Nation.
Yeah, Aviation Nation didn't work for me either.
There it is. Oh, sure, it's not Aviator Nation. There it is.
You know, Mike, tracksuits.com is still available, so I think I might be buying that tonight.
It can't be available. That's like impossible. That's like land.com. It's not available.
I don't know, man. I'm getting it right now.
Wow.
Mary Graham says, how's the stout, Mike?
Really good. You know, I might have to call the stout refill girl.
Eric Peterson is wondering why you aren't drinking scotch.
Eric, so my new thing is I start off with the scotch to get that Tennessee, Kentucky hug, whatever you want to call it. Nice, warm feeling. And then I switch to a nice craft beer. I'm a little sophisticated, I guess.
You are sophisticated.
Not to say if you don't drink beer, you're not sophisticated, but I'm trying some different levels of sophistication.
Oh, tracksuits.com. It is available, but it's for 40 grand. You got that?
Oh yes. Pennies on the dollar. I get it.
You know, some people flip domains. Same type of deal. Is there a boot camp in August? Charles and Molly Nolans will be there. Yes, there is a boot camp in August. August, I think 12th through the 15th in Las Vegas. Live, baby, at the Westin. So please come. We'd love to meet you in person.
Such good food there too, in Vegas. Remember Mark took us to that buffet that Tate recommended? It had like everything you could ever find in the world in this one buffet. That was amazing.
Oh, that buffet was phenomenal. I don't remember the name of that buffet, but it was phenomenal.
Eric, what's the name of that buffet? Throw it in the chat. That was amazing.
Kirk Pert, do you remember? So earlier he was talking about how he recorded a deed on Simplifile.
What are the numbers?
So here's what he bought it for. $865.
All right. What's it worth?
You know what the comps are, Mike Sano?
3,500.
7,500.
What?
Pow! Kirk Pert, you just made money today.
Make your money on the buy side, Kirk.
Kirk, you make your money on the buy. You just made money today. It will come to fruition very soon. That's an amazing deal. Good for you. I don't know what to say. That's an awesome deal.
I love it. You know what else? I was maybe think of something. You know, people say always be closing. Like always be buying. Like Scott Todd talks about the more inventory you have, the more that you sell. And I think it's true. I think you could have a scarcity mentality in the beginning when you work in the business. Like, am I ever going to sell this? And you could slow down. You buy a property. You might be like, whoa, I want to hold off on the mail list because I want to make sure this works. And, the problem is once you sell that property, you got to get that mailing machine up again. So this whole idea of always be buying, right? I think it's got some real validity to it. The more you have, the more you sell.
That's awesome. The more you have, the more you sell. The correction on the website, Mike, is aviator.
Yeah, I found it. So is there a certain tracksuit he might recommend?
Aviatornation.com. Whoa, those are some attractive people.
But I don't see them wearing. They're not wearing tracksuits. Oh, here we go. Oh, all right.
Oh, Ken. Well, listen.
They have velvet and velour.
Ken, I can see why you like those tracksuits.
They got the Jungle Tiger velvet sweatpants. That's Scott Todd. He'd love the Tiger King sweatpants. Velour.
We got it. We got it. We're sending it to him. For sure. James Simmons says, hell yes to Wim Hof.
Yeah,
Facebook,
big Wim Hof fan here myself.
Facebook user, I don't know who this is, but has a question. Should we review our pricing matrix again? Maybe look at other sites to confirm matrix outside of Landmodo like Craigslist. So maybe you're having problems with your mailers. Maybe you're having problems with honing in on a price. I think it's okay to look outside Landmodo for some comparative values. You can find county data. You can look at Zillow or Redfin. You can look at Craigslist. You can look at eBay. You can look at LandWatch, LandFlip, LandCentry. You can Google the subdivision. If you have a subdivision, Google the subdivision. You can see prices for comparable acreage in that subdivision. I don't know. Hopefully that helps.
I'm sure it does. Great answer.
Kirk Pert says, just need to sell this thing. Kirk, you're going to sell it, man. You're going to. Yeah. That's good stuff.
Remember, how'd you acquire that? You mailed a lot of letters. How are you going to sell that? You're going to send out a bunch of marketing. You're going to, so it's the same process. You already know how to do it. Just flip it around, put lots of marketing out, talk to lots of potential buyers, and then close with one of them.
It's volume. It's all numbers. It's all numbers. It's how many mailers you're sending out. It's how many ads you're setting. That's what it is. If you don't stop mailing and you don't stop marketing, you're going to do it. He's getting a ton of leads, he says. Then it's a matter of time. It really is.
Awesome.
Mike Zano, we've been on for an hour. I want to share one cool story quick.
All right, let's hear
that
it.
somebody today posted in our Mighty Networks community. So when you get the investor toolkit, when you go through flight school, you are automatically kind of entered into our Mighty Networks community. Now, our Facebook group is great, but there are a lot of people in that Facebook group, right? They're not all land investors.
Right.
There's 6,000 people in that Facebook group. And there are probably 1,000 land geeks who have invested in training, invested in programs, that type of thing. For those people, we have what's called the Mighty Networks platform. And today in the group, Dusty Stoican shared this, which I thought was pretty cool. So we'll end on this. And we got to get up. We got to get some rest because
Day 2
tomorrow, boot camp. So she's just going to share a fun story for the week. She had an elderly woman call in response to her offer. The elderly woman wants to throw in the adjacent parcel for free. She also lowered the purchase price by $900. She was in escrow earlier this year, and the buyers backed out, so she sent Dusty the title report, making the due diligence pretty easy. She said she's just hoping to sell as fast as possible and is so thankful that Dusty reached out. She also said she's old and will die with nothing on her conscience. But listen, I think that's so cool because, Dusty, your offer hit her on the right day.
Right.
And for whatever reason, whether it's age or we talk about this all the time, Mike Zano, it's a dream unrealized. Maybe it's a little bit painful getting that tax statement in the mail every year because it reminds you of something. Right. She wants to get rid of this property. She wants to wash her hands of it right now and move on to other things in her life. And Dusty, you provided that. It is an opportunity for her, right? You provided that opportunity for her to take that property off of her hands in a very simple fashion. And it just so happens that you're solving her problem and she's helping you move forward. So I thought that was really cool because
it is cool.
You know, so much of this business, Mike, we talked about it. It's all about the story, right? The power's in the story, but the power is also in the relationships. If you develop relationships with buyers, if you develop relationships with sellers, a lot of amazing things can happen. And it just comes to being, comes down to being your true authentic self. And you get on the phone and you're that true authentic self with someone, and you're going to solve problems on both sides of the equation. You're going to be able to, you're going to be able to better yourself in different ways.
Yeah, it just shows you consistent mailing is going to bring about people that are just happy to part with their land for a price that will allow you to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's what we do. So keep mailing.
Keep mailing, keep marketing, keep picking up the phone and just call people and talk to them.
Always be mailing. So many alwayses. Always be mailing. Always be buying. Always be marketing.
I like Scott. I like ABCDE. Always be closing D envelopes. Huh?
What? Always be closing D envelopes.
Huh?
You came up with that?
I mean, yeah. Just now.
That's good. All right, it's good.
Whatever. Piss off. All right. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. Listen, so
time for a refill.
This is the Bootcamp Nite Cap. Bootcamp is really special, and if you guys want to learn more about this business, I would highly encourage you to come see us in Las Vegas in August and spend a few days, hang out with some really amazing people. And here's the cool thing about the people in our community, Mike. I'm a regular guy. You're a regular guy. We've got a lot of regular guys and gals in this community who we weren't business people, right? In college, I didn't have a business major in college. I didn't have an accounting major in college. I didn't know anything about business. But listen, I found this really cool niche called land investing. And Mark Podolsky, I heard him one day, and I thought, wow, this guy sounds awesome. He sounds authentic and real, and like he could provide me with a solution to a lot of problems in my life. And that's exactly what happened. I had problems in my life. I wasn't financially secure. I didn't have the time I wanted with my family. I didn't feel good about where I was. And he provided a solution. And that's what Bootcamp is about. And so I would encourage everybody to come.
Start now, and then come to the boot camp, and let's talk about the deals you're working on at that point.
Yeah,
that'll be kind of fun too. Get rolling. Don't wait. You know, if this is speaking to you, or if you're just starting out, double down on it. Double down on it. Execute, mail, build systems. Learn from Scott Todd. Learn the method that we all use to close between us collectively thousands of deals each year. Learn the method that we use. It's something that if you're looking at this model, you owe it to yourself to find the most simplified and accurate path to success.
Couldn't sum it up better, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers to you, buddy.
Whoa, no toast? Come on,
I gotta go pour I'll toast you over Voxer.
All right. Thanks, guys, for coming. We'll see you this coming week on Thursday night. Wednesday, I'll be at the fire station, so Thursday night this week.
Thursday night, the 29th.
Wow, look at him. He just knows the date.
I just know it. Friday's the 30th.
I never even know what day of the week it is, and you know that it's amazing. You're like a clock.
Right.
You're like a human clock.
Something like that. All right, Thursday the 29th. Hopefully our third amigo will be joining us in his...
As we enter into our fourth year.
As we enter into our fourth year. Yeah, good stuff. And like I said, 10 viewers the first year, 20 the second, 30 the third. So listen, I mean, we're moving up.
Sky's the limit.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Reach out if you have
a great
any
night, folks.
comments
We'll see you tomorrow. Those of you at the boot camp, we'll see you tomorrow, and keep rocking it.
Thank you, Mark Podolsky, for making every part of this possible. It's awesome.
Yes,
Talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.